Why did you steal the Bind B Viper Molly from Boaster?
This is Yinsu. It's like I was watching my own team back in 2021. I was like, it's too low, man. It's too low level. I can't watch this. They want to go like all in against something, and they turn out to be right, and you're like, oh man. And then you're wrong to someone like Sideshow. I just couldn't handle that, man.
The train thing, was it a bit?
Going straight to DFM right now to beat Mini, yeah, that would be very appealing. But like the last couple of events, I've kind of reached out to Riot and been like, dude, I'm ready to go to these events now. Like I'm in for it.
Steven Liggy, Connor Blomfield, a man by many names, a coach, an observer, a streamer, and everyone's favorite little man trapped in his room. How are you, Sliggy?
I'm doing good. What an intro. You missed out Sliggy the Piggy as well. That's Yampy's favorite. You got a lot of names.
Yeah, you again. Look, that's the fun part about you, right? Is that like you go by a lot, and that's the fun. Is that because everyone's kind of like made this idea of who you are as a person, because we know so little, but yet so much. Because I know you say that it's all out there, but is it really?
Yeah, it's all out there, man. It's all out there. All I do is stream. I just watch games. That's it.
And well, I mean, you also, like, I'm sure, like, you know, hang out with your partner, see your family, you work out, right? I can tell by their shoulders. I'll be able to say today they're looking a bit small, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, dude, I know. Dude, it gets hard as well because it's just like off season. Do you know what it is as well? I'm a big creatine believer, and then as soon as it comes to streaming, I get so dehydrated that I just have to stop.
Yeah,
and then everything goes, man.
That's the hard part. I do also take my creatine every single morning as well too, man. I take it with my Metamucil because
nice.
Yeah, because I'm 29 and I need fiber now. Which is disgusting. But yeah, dude. But like, yeah, so getting older is shit. But point is though, yeah, I know, because that you have to maintain your gains, and I feel it too as well sometimes because like, especially with like doing my 9 to 5, I'm like, I want to look absolutely like walk around like I'm a natural obstacle, but just can't happen.
Dude, when it gets the real life, or when the streaming comes in and it's like the 4 days, man, I just can't go gym for like whole weeks, and it's so depressing. Like I get that one day off and I'm like, yes, man, I get to go. Then I'm just weak as hell, and I'm like, oh man, what used to be.
Yeah, like it's terrible, and like now. I fear for your health and safety, Sliggy. As we get into kickoff, are you gonna be okay?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We've done this before for like 2 years. We got a pretty good routine down. I'm not saying it's good. I don't think people should follow it, but it's definitely a routine where, in theory, I'm getting like roughly enough sleep.
Okay, all right. Like especially on the Fridays, I know you have your like interval sleeping that you do, which is like rough to kind of exist in.
Yeah. We mix it up on the weekends. On the weekends, it's a 4-4 sleep pattern, and then Monday to Thursday, it's pretty normal.
Yeah. Yeah, especially depending on who you're watching, what you're watching. Especially now with next week, I think we have EMEA starting up, and Pacific, and China as well too, I believe. Which that was the first thing I had as well too. It's like, why would you give China another chance? I know you saw the one shit game and you were like, fuck this.
Because I gave him a big chance. It was stage 2 playoffs, I think, as well. And I was like, oh, okay, this must be like pretty high level. It's playoffs. We haven't watched China for a bit. I watched it and I'm just like, holy crap, man. Like I watched like a Haven into a Lotus, and it was like people not knowing how to play against the Viper comp on Haven. And then I can't remember what it was on Lotus, man, but it was really annoying me. And I was just like, I can't watch this, dude. It's like I was watching my own team back in 2021. I was like, it's too low, man. It's too low level. I can't watch this. So I'll give it another shot. I'll give him a try at one point this year, but maybe I pick some. Maybe I wait until later on in the playoffs, like top 6 kind of vibes.
I was gonna say a top 6, top 3. Maybe you wait till like everything been filtered out. You know, Nova's not playing. Ty Lue's figured out who they are. All gamers know which of the gamers are on the team.
Dude, the thing is, it's entertaining, but it's just like the knowledge diff. Like as soon as a new comp comes out, they don't know what they're doing. But like mechanical, it's good and entertaining, but it just becomes annoying for me to watch, man. I'm just like, surely we're past this.
I understand. I especially with like with some of the games I've watched too. I always think I'm like, this is like, it feels like you're watching Valorant from 2 years ago, right? Which
Yeah.
I guess kind of aligns with the actual timeline that we have, right? But I mean, hey, think about it. Let's say if you dropped in fish 1, 2, 3 in today's China's regiment, are you clearing?
Nah, we're not clearing. We're definitely not clearing. The stuff we used to do back then was crazy. We probably. I do honestly think we would win if it was like some games, because China, some of the China teams are pretty bad, or at least last year were pretty bad. But I'm talking low middle of the pack with how we used to play, man. Holy shit.
Low middle of the pack. So you're just saying that it's so you're not even beating BLG, bro. Come on, man.
The game's evolved so much, man. It's evolved so much. If we bring our game that we used to play back then, we would get punished so heavy.
Yeah. I even think about like Iceland Liquid, where when you guys are doing the whole like no IGL shit and also no duelist, and like that's just, which is, look, in theory back then I was like revolutionary, crazy, but now I'm like, what were you thinking?
Oh, bro. But the thing back then is just just anything worked. The game was pretty messed up because the guns were messed up. We had just a mixed bunch that, honestly, I mean, I've said it on interviews before, I would have kicked anyone to get an IGL at one point. Like, that's pretty much why I left, because I was like, dude, I'm so done with this.
Yeah.
But I mean, we made it work somehow, so that was cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, you guys did a lot of cool shit. I even think about champs, right? I think like just that game against I think it was Ascend, right? It was there. Everything was so close. But anyway,
that was our tournament, man. That was our tournament.
It was supposed to be you and Gambit. That was it, man. Oh.
It was meant to be an easy one.
All good. Happens all in the past. What matters is that you kind of done your thing, right? Which is the cool part of a lot of this as well too. And speaking of, I've been kicking anyone though. I don't know if you saw, dude, Scream's back in CS:GO now, bro.
Yeah, I saw at the HLTV Awards, right? He said that he was coming back to compete.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I wish him the best of luck. I don't think it's gonna work out to how he thinks, but I also feel like it's pretty cool to be like that vulnerable and be like, yeah, man, like I want to try. So I'm down for it. I just think that there's other players that have maybe tried, that were essentially better than him at the time that have failed. So I would imagine history would repeat itself. But I hope that I like the guy. I hope that he does well. He's one of the best aimers I've ever seen. But dude, it's hard out there, man. That game's evolved pretty heavy for sure. So we'll see. It'd be cool if he started playing with his brother though, like him and Nivera. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be sick, right? Because especially with considering like you're saying, right? Because CS2 now it just feels like a different game. Like the smokes, the maps, everything are just so different. Like I know, like I was a very casual CS:GO player and watcher, and then I played a bit of CS2, and I'm like, I don't like there's no train. I don't get what's happening. Like, and nothing makes sense. I think I'll just summon 1G myself here, and I'll go.
Yeah, dude, they put train back in, like one of the better maps, and then they just took it out instantly as well.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're doing over there. No one can make good maps these days. I feel like we're struggling. We're struggling out here.
See, it's weird, right? Because look, to be fair, New Breeze was cool. I like what they did with it. Yeah, I personally enjoy it. I still thought closing off halls was fine. I kind of like Halt, but I was curious as to like, because look, if you look at the maps right now, what are the atrocities that Valor is currently committing with the current pool in general?
The atrocities are the main two. We got, I mean, Breeze was kind of there, but I never felt like it was in the same level as these two. But the Abyss and the Icebox, man, these are some atrocities. Like we can't be having these. Like where you just can't do anything on defense. Like where you have limited reactions. You have 2 reactions and that's it. Like when you have these map pools where you can't do anything in reaction, like you can't push and take map control back, that's going to help you stack other sites. Like it just doesn't work. You can't do anything. You just sit there, lose some aim jaws from like 3 different tiered angles, and yeah, it's just not great. But it gives me hope, man. I think Breeze change was good. If they can do that to these 2 maps, that'd be cool.
I agree. Look, because I was personally a big Abyss hater. I thought that was the worst experience I've had playing a strat shooter ever when that map came out. To be fair, the changes now aren't too bad. I still think the elevation on B is pretty stupid, and I think mid is kind of pointless still. But I don't know. It's better, at least. It's
better, but it's still like it's polishing shit. It's still shit.
Yeah, exactly. There's only so much you can do when there's shit on the ground, man. Yeah, it's a tragedy. Speaking of shit,
okay, where you come with this?
No. Speaking of shit. you've been around a lot of shit takes for the past couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Primarily in your main public experiences outside of your stream being on PlatChat. You and what I find is always interesting as well, like you're kind of just like cornered into the role of playing the straight man, right? You have to kind of keep it like together more often than not. Doesn't that ever get exhausting? Don't you ever want to explode after some of this ridiculous shit you hear on a week by week basis?
Nah, because I mean, dude, in Valorant, so much random stuff can happen. So like 1 out of like 5 times they're gonna be right as well. So you don't want to go like all in against something and then they turn out to be right, and you're like, oh man, and then you're wrong to someone like Sideshow. I can't, I just couldn't handle that, man. So I try and keep it pretty straight.
Yeah.
I like to say that I do obvious takes, and because they're going so extreme, I look like a genius when in fact I'm probably just saying the most plausible thing. I would say every time. It's like this with who's gonna win Pacific. I went for Paper X, everyone goes for T1. Like, guys, come on, man. You were taking the crazy risk. Like the screenshot looks pretty good when I got a lot of Paper X symbol and everyone's got a T1 there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't mind it, man. Every take's valid. Everyone has their own opinion. It's
that's just not
it's
true.
Content. It's
okay,
content
I agree it's content, but
yeah, it's content.
It's just that's where you're wrong. Every take is not valid. I've come around to the thought that not everybody should have an opinion. It's just
okay. Yeah, I can get on board with this.
Yeah, I agree. Because I can realistically, as you already agree, I think the big thing is right. Look, I think everybody has ideas. Everybody has things they believe, but not everybody should say them. Right? That's just kind of where I stand. I won't dive deeper into it, so I start dig myself in a new hole.
Nah, I can get on board with that. Like if I was gonna do that in Valorant times, I've always thought about this. Like, you know, when you see like the VLR forums and stuff like that, dude, you gotta be able to link your Valorant and it has like whatever rank you are, and then you can just like look at it and be like, this guy's like under immortal, man. I can just ignore it. Like that would be so much better. And you would just see all of everyone's rank next to it, and you'd be like, dude, obviously I'm not going to reply to you. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I want, man.
That's what you want. Is that you want complete transparency to understand and know that who you're going to ignore. You don't seem like a VLR forum kind of guy. I'll be honest. I
won't get, dude. I mean, I was around with HLT forums, going back to Cadred forums. Like when I was younger, the Cadred forums pretty fun. HLTV, I'm just like, I'm too old for this. Now with VLR, I'm like, oh, I'm way too old for this. I'm way too old for this one.
I will say, I've started going on them recently. Some of the takes are so insane that you just have to understand. I'm like, dude, who are you? Like, I remember someone said Eccles was better than Brock is. And I'm like, what are we talking about here?
That's what I mean, though. But like the little symbol next to his name would just have a little bronze symbol there. And okay, I can ignore this one. That's so good.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from because you don't play the game. I get it now. Yeah, it's fine, man. Going back a bit to the actual PlatChat stuff, right? Is like because what was always so funny to me is I remember when it started last year, the train thing. Was it a bit? Because it felt like a bit at the beginning. Because there was no reason to really believe in Paper X, even at the time that you started.
No, there was a little bit. So it was a mix of two things. Like first of all, Minnie had kind of spoken to me and was telling me that Paper X were like interested in doing it, and I was like, man, this team is so easy to fix. Like you could fix this team within about 4 hours, I reckon. Like if you did it properly. So I knew that if like he got involved, that most of their main stuff that they needed to tweak would have been fixed. And then I started seeing it like within just one game, like all of the fast stuff when you're speaking about like Yoru macro stuff and then ult stuff. That was like their two main thing. They were playing Yoru like a jet. Then they started playing Yoru like a Yoru, actually like rotating, going aggro at the beginning and like just setting up the Yoru. And then just all their ult made sense in the right rounds. I was like, dude, this is like all they had to do is change this. It's such a small little thing, but it's such a big thing. And the rest of the team's so good that I was like, dude, I got to jump on this because it's such a small tweak, but it's going to make a massive difference. To be honest, I didn't think it would turn out as incredible as this. Like the run was one of the most insane runs we've ever seen, for sure. But yeah, you could definitely see like in the moment the like turning of the cogs of like, oh, this is how we need to play the Yoru, and then everything else kind of fell into place, like all wise in my opinion.
Yeah, it was crazy because especially because speaking of Euro 2, with something learning how to play the agent at the beginning and then becoming one of the best Euros in the world, and then a whole run through Toronto, which I was so thankful I got to be there in person for. They just
Oh,
made
dude, it
things
must
so
have been
special.
amazing. Yeah.
Bro, I
It
was
must have been
because
so good.
I remember I was there every single day, 10 a.m. watching every single game. I felt like a co-streamer. I was like, dude, I don't have to be here, but I just am. Like I just watching these games, and it was wonderful. It was genuinely magical as you saw every single game progress, every OT, and I remember watching the side. Like, I remember the clutch that Mind Freak had when he was just spinning his mouse to dodge on QT against Send to barely live.
Forsaken, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I keep Forsaken had. I keep saying both, but yeah. On Sunset, and then spinning mouse. I remember I was behind him at the time, and just I could see him just vibrating,
Going crazy, going
like,
crazy with his mouth.
Just to survive, and like it was crazy, man, crazy. Patman's first tournament. Yeah, anyways, but I could talk about that month all day, but that's a side note. It's magical too. But I'm gonna say, and I'm hoping that for you at least, right? Look, Masters London's this year. I feel like we've got to make a plea, right, to have you out, bro. There's just no reason why we haven't had you at an event like. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, man, dude. I feel like I think it's long overdue in my opinion. There's been a couple where I've always. I don't like traveling. I've traveled a lot for my previous jobs, so I'm kind of like tired of traveling. But there's definitely some, and I'm like at the point now where maybe I've stayed in the same place that I'm like more fine with it. So I never like reached out to Riot, but like the last couple of events, I've kind of reached out to Riot and been like, dude, I'm ready to go to these events now. Like I'm in for it. Surely London, man. Surely London. Give me to an event, man. I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah, like let's get you to London and tell them, I'm down. I'll stream with anybody. I'll share a booth, right?
I'm trying to tell him. I'm like, I'll get Minnie involved. Minnie will be here. We'll stream on both. Like it's like a little double. You get his viewers as well. Like surely, I'm trying to sweeten the deal out here and still getting nothing.
It'll be beautiful. And plus the biggest thing is like I know like the people are craving to meet Sliggy. No one's met you yet, bro.
Dude, yeah, no one. It's such a rare opportunity, dude. Yeah. I went to an event in London just for Liquid, like real short notice, and everyone that came to it was just like, "Damn, you're real." I was just like, "Yeah, man, not just some AI guy."
Yeah, it's crazy because even now, it's like now that like I'm hearing you in my headphones, I'm like, "Am I watching stream?" It doesn't feel like I'm talking to you, but it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's crazy, and I truly hope that London's a spot because you're not even too far out, right? You're like what, like a 2-hour flight away?
Yeah, it's just like just over 2 hours. It's easy. I can go see my family. I definitely couldn't swim there, bro. It's crazy cold in the water, man. Though it'll be insta death, dude. 5 minutes in, I'm gone, bro.
Can you swim, Steven?
I can swim, yeah, I can swim, yeah.
Okay,
my parents are pretty on that very early, but that, I mean, that one's too much, man.
Okay, all right. That's too much. That's fair, dog. I'll let it go. We're also with the Masters London, but we are gonna at least be there. So, which is, I mean, hopefully we are be there though. But I was thinking a bit about that because like how your career's kind of progressed in that sense. Although we haven't had you at a lot of these, right? Your growth, I find, has been incredible. When you look back on 5 years, I know you mentioned that you haven't necessarily expected this, right? But to get to this point where you're probably one of the most stable watch partiers I've seen throughout my time. It's you and Finesse. Like everyone's gone and dipped and gone, but your community has stayed with you. Why do you think that is?
I think consistency is a big thing. Like definitely not that I've watched many streamers, but like when XQC was playing like GTA roleplay and stuff, man, I did a week of that solid, and it was just like so fun to me. And like every time I was on the PC, I was like, I'll just have it on my second monitor, kind of vibes. And it was just the consistency of it. So I think that's like a big part of it. That's the only time I've ever like been into watching like Twitch stuff, really, other than maybe some CS stuff back in the past. So I think that's a big part of it. I didn't think the community, like I thought I would get like players and coaches and stuff like that. I just didn't think there would be that much of a big community that likes the kind of nitty gritty of the strat stuff. So I think maybe that's a big part where it's like maybe a little bigger than I thought. But other than that, man, I think it's just being there day in, day out. And I think the fact that I actually just really like the game I think people that like the game as well just come in and just like, well, it's someone that like I love the game. I'm not doing it for like the money or anything. Like I genuinely love the game. I wouldn't do it otherwise. Like I think it's better than CS, man. Like I prefer playing CS, but watching is an esport. I think Valorant's way better as an esport personally. It's just so good mind game wise, and I think that's why I like it so much.
Wow, dude. Well, that's gonna be a clip already too. We're gonna have the CS haters at
Yeah,
you,
the
brother.
CS haters coming in, man. I did my time with them as well. I saved them in a major. I came and did observing for them and saved them in a major, and now I'm just the villain.
It's crazy, yeah. Because what's funny enough is like because I only watched a lot of CS majors, but I went back and watched Starlighter this year. Because I wanted Mongols to win. I was really rooting for them. It's a cool story, and they just kind of shit the bed a little bit. But like it's just a bit the similar thing I saw. I was watching Starlight, and I'm like, man, these observers are not it. Where's Sliggy, bro?
I think they got better. I think they got better. But yeah, dude, it's I don't know, man. I could do so much about observing. Like long way down there. You start me on delayed observing. My God, I'll go for like an hour, bro. But yeah, I did my time with observing. I think the main thing that like separated me back then was I all-in'd it. Like when I first did my first job, I just grinded it for 2 years without being hired. Like I was just like, I'm gonna get hired again. Like but I'm just gonna try and perfect my craft for 2 years. So I did that the whole time while working just like a real life job basically, and then eventually got it. So I'm such an all-in guy when it comes to stuff, if you haven't noticed. So I was just like all in on it.
Yeah, you are. There's and there's two ways we're gonna take it as well too, as we kind of finish off like this extra CSR too, because I remember talking to Yeti about this, right? Which, like, you know, Yeti, as you know, is one of the free camp servers for Valorant, right? Because like, and he's also a good friend of mine. So I remember seeing his career kind of develop in the beginning when he was similar to you, all in. He was observing everything he could, like back in SG, doing all the free cam stuff. He made a whole guide on observing and everything too, right? And eventually, when he got on with Base and Sapphire, I was super happy for him, right? And I think like that is the kind of way that you do just eventually end up becoming like so good and you're almost undeniable in that sense, right? On your sense though, is that the hyperfixation route that we've seen that you just kind of completely tumble into, right? With streaming and before coaching, before observing, right? Are there other hyperfixations outside of your life that you don't necessarily see? And as you answer that first, and then I'll ask the follow-up.
Not really, man. Like in school, I played like a lot of football, kind of like normal UK bringing up. So a bit of sports, but in terms of hyperfixation, I've only ever been like super hyper fixated on games. Like I used to be obsessed, man. Like at the beginning, like when Halo first came out on the Xbox, I would like fake being sick and stuff just to get the day off to try play it and stuff like that, man. Like I was obsessed, dude. Yeah, that was like the main start of it. It's always been games, bro. It's always been games. I just love games, but it has to be games against other people.
I was about to add that comment.
It has to be games with other people, man. I've done my time with single player games like before the internet. Do you know how crazy that statement is? Saying like before the internet was a thing. Like that makes me sound like the oldest guy in the world. It's mental. But like before you could actually like play against other people. I played one player games, man. I get it. It was relatively fun. Would I rather go watch a film for like a storyline? Probably. But once I discovered the online of like beating someone else in the satisfaction, oh my goodness, there's nothing like it. I couldn't go back.
You're just because the issue is like you're just so like what's the word for it? Like just so like achievement pilled that like it just you need to know that
I need that.
Yeah, you need the constant rush of like I'm better than you, and which is crazy.
I need the competition, dude. Even in observing, I like needed the competition. Like I needed Prius and Sapphire to be there and steal at the time. I needed to look at their stuff and be like, I can do this better, and then try and do it better. No offense to those guys, because obviously I think that once I leveled up, they leveled up as well. So like it's one of those things where you just it increases it. But yeah, dude, I need the satisfaction of just knowing that someone on the other side of the internet. Bro, have you ever played Rust?
I have played Rust, yeah.
Okay, dude, those kind of games where like you kill someone that's been mining for like an hour or whatever, and they've got all this loot on them, dude. I need that because when you,
You're sick. You're sick, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what I live for. That's like really up there is like one of the best things.
You live for ruining some 10-year-old's life who plays on Wii.
Yeah, that's awesome, bro.
Connor Blumfield, my God, I expected a lot coming in, but not this. But then as we're kind of reaching what you kind of set out because you're so achievement and goal driven, you also work on 5-year plans, right?
Yeah.
We're on year 4.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah. We're on year 4 of this. Have you reevaluated your goals? Are we looking to re-up the subscription of the 5? Because
not at the moment. I would say that you always kind of like reevaluate at the end of the year as well. Like when I got into coaching, I was in for it for 5 years. Like I was always gonna join a team at the end of 2022. Like once franchising happened, because I just didn't realize that the streaming thing could even be a thing. So I always do 5-year plans. I think that's the best way to kind of set out your life. If you're going to do it, you try something for 5 years. That's where you get to like the top, and maybe there's other paths along the way and you take them. But I think 5 years, if you're dedicating yourself to something, is always what you should do to try and get good at it, like expert kind of levels. I'm on to my 4th, like end of the 3rd year of streaming now, I guess. So yeah, dude, but I love this one. Like I will get to the end of the 5 years and kind of see, but dude, I love it so much. It's so nice. It's such a chill life in comparison to coaching. And everyone gives you compliments like, oh dude, you work so hard. And I'm here just having like a chill life thinking, dude, I'm doing half the work I was doing when I was coaching, and none of you guys said anything. When I was doing the coaching, like I'm getting so much gratification for just doing less work. It's crazy, but it's so nice, man. It's so nice, and everyone's so nice, and having a community and just it's cool, man.
But you also weren't as public facing as when you're a coach, right? You weren't like out there as much. You weren't talking as much as what you did. I find that was the one big difference that I think what Potter like did at the time, where she was like, Potter was on every interview possible, what I remember, right? And like consistently, because I remember I myself during the EG run in the year after, I interviewed her, I think maybe 6 times, right? So it's like, so that was the big thing is that like when we get to hear what the coach actually does and why what they do matters, and suddenly, you know, we do get to get a different shift. But you at the time, you kind of just there, you were chilling, you know, like you went in, did your job, and went about the way, right? So, but that's like a side note about it too. And now, you know, everyone loves you. Everyone loves you for who you are, which is what I mean, beautiful to see. It's nice it's kind of worked out this much. And I do wonder if it's like what, because you're on the same schedule as franchising is for Valorant. So we'll see if we get you for another couple of years as you refranchise.
No, that is true. Yeah, and like you said, man, the community's been so nice. Like I never thought it'd be such like a well received kind of community. Like the only real flames I get is like that I'm boring and I don't react, and it's like, dude, that's so fine. There's so many streamers that do that. Like I'm so desensitized to everything. Like loads of these people that don't get that I've watched, like I've played like 10,000 hours of CS. I've watched like 10,000 hours of CS. My Valorant play watch is probably coming up to around 10,000 as well. Like I've seen it all. Like I've seen all the crazy shots. I more care about the tactical side now. Dude, I watched Scream for 2 years. Like, trust me, I've seen the craziest shit you can see in PRX, man. Like, it's hard to get super excited about some of this stuff. As much as the other streamers do, it's just not in me. So for that to be the only negative, like, that's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Not bad at all. And it's, I mean, hey, but have you seen Donk hit op shots? That's kind of crazy. Shit.
Donk is kind of something else, to be fair, man. Donk is maybe an exception to the rule. This guy's crazy, bro. Smokes don't exist for this guy.
He's not real. Like like he reminds you of back when people were calling a D1 cheater one back in ranked, because he was hitting the most ridiculous shit unbeknownst to everybody else. And Donk is somehow better. That guy is the GOAT, but I will make this a CS podcast. It's just
but no, he is unreal, man. He is unreal. Yeah, like the talent that has come up there since I left. It's cool that it's like keeps going, man. I thought they peaked with like, honestly, I thought it peaked with Zywoo, and then you're starting to see other kids that are like on that level. You're like, where is this going to be in like 5 years, man? These guys are crazy.
That's what I'm saying. That's
so skilled.
Yeah, that's the coolest part, right? And now, but going back to you though, because look, you've already mentioned, you're like, you know what, you're happy with this life, but you also constantly brought up that you still have that fire in you to win, right? Because you need to win, and I don't know how you're satiating that currently. I mean, I know you talked a bunch about like, yeah, eventually I might go back, I might not go back, like how things are. But like, what I'm more curious about is like, how are you kind of, are you letting the fire inside you stay alive? Or are you thinking, you know what, it's okay. I think I'm okay with where things are right now.
It's a mix of both. I think it's not like day to day, kind of month by month, really. Like sometimes I look at it, especially when like my friends are doing good. Like I got a lot of like coach friends that I used to play CS with, like Mini, Weber, Nilzinho from like Heretics, Amy and C9 and stuff. When I see like people winning, I'm just like, oh man. Like it's like the reconfirmation. It's just like I know I can do it. Like I know I can do it. But it's just all of the other stuff that comes with it, like pure lifestyle, one by one, put them next to each other. It's just not even comparable. The only thing that is making me want to go back is winning. And it's like, is that really stronger than everything else? I don't know. Maybe at one point, if I start getting like sick of this, then I guess that's when it will happen. In theory, there's no age limit. And I feel like I'm not losing too much by being out of it. Maybe like certain coach player connections, right? Maybe more people stuff, I would say. But when it comes to in-game stuff, I still feel like I would be. I mean, I think you've got to back yourself, to be honest. Like I think any coach has got to back themselves, got to have a lot of confidence. And I think that would just ripple within the team. So I always feel like could come back, and I've got a lot of self-belief, man. I think I would do good.
Okay, yeah. It's interesting, right? Because even after all these years, you know that you would clear. You know that you have this. Why? Is it because of how much you watch the game and understand that you can see through people's strategies, or is there something else there?
I just have too many hours and I work too hard to not be good at it. Surely that's my belief.
Yeah, it's valid.
Like that's like been my whole life for like the last 20 years. Like it must amount to something. I don't think I'm like. I mean, I like to think I'm pretty good with a lot of like inventive stuff, especially with the beginning of the game kind of proved that as well. And this game changes a lot. So it's just a mix of all of that, man. I think I should be good. And I've kind of learned from the other games. Like the main thing I learned from CS was Astralis, like nade and like nade util and stuff like that. But the main thing was just the gun diff, man. There's like guns in CS that weren't used for so long that are overpowered. Like nothing's balanced, man. So it's all that stuff. It's just learning everything from all them and putting it together. People will see it as an ego, but I think confidence is such an important part of this game. And I think that if you have like unconfident people in your team, I don't know, man, that worries me when like the pressure's on. I think you should always be super self-confident, especially when you put a lot of hours into something.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember like that's the only reason why I was able to get into casting, because I was like, you know what, I believe that I can be good at this. As simple as you have to have unbridled belief that you can be good, if not better than everybody else around you. It's the only way, especially you'll survive, especially in an industry and career like this. And and being confident also leads to incredible successes. I also think about other cases where like Jemkin, where like incredible player, but just doesn't have an ego confidence in himself, and unfortunately that kind of shows sometimes on stage. Like it's tough. Like dude, you're nuts. Just fucking swing.
Just have some belief. Yeah,
bro. Believe in yourself, man. It's not that hard. But
it's such a big mental game. Like it really is. So yeah, I think you've always got to, even if it's like bordering on the side of delusion, I prefer that to being unconfident.
Yeah, being delusional is way better than being realistic about it.
That's true.
Yeah, like I'm down to the only reason I thought I could make this happen was because I was delusional. I was like, yeah, people want to talk to me. I'm the greatest. Right? And now we get to be here. It's just, and I find you have to be delusional, especially when you're trying to make something of yourself. Like there just has to be some place within you that knows that you have it in you. But
yeah.
As we speak on the sides of delusion and imagination, right? Is look, let's say today we go back, like so you decide, I'm tired of watching Valorant. I hate this shit. Give me 5 players you want to put on your team right now to win everything.
Give me 5 players.
Give me 5.
Wait, who's on PaperX again?
That's what we're doing?
Yeah, it would probably be something like that. It would probably be some PaperX hybrid. I would maybe be tempted to steal Nats. Okay. I think Nats has got like a pretty good mindset. Not that I know who I would get rid of on PaperX, but dude, their talent's just so good. Like I've constantly said when I was like, honestly, the past 2 years, like one of the players that really stood out for me is this Invi, man. I always said if I'd made a team, I would just go so heavy for him. So now that he's in PaperX, I just look at this team and I'm just like, God damn, man.
Yeah.
God damn the talent of this team, bro.
This team is so
It's
good,
nuts.
bro.
But I think, like, obviously, I think I do a lot of similar stuff to like what Boaster does.
Mm-hmm.
So I think having like me and Boaster on a team would almost be a waste. So I wouldn't, even though I respect the hell out of him, I wouldn't have like a Boaster. I would try and have more like a Nats, and then because I think Boaster's very good at like in-game creating stuff, kind of vibes.
Exactly. It's funny you actually bring up Boaster because I had a question from someone, which was, why did you steal the bind B Viper Molly from Boaster?
This is Yinsu. dude, we need to settle this. Someone needs to go get the VOD. Okay. So what happened was, for people that don't know, the bind Viper, the default molly that goes over towards long, that's from A, like the corner of A. Yeah. I made this in 2020 with a Sage. 2020 with a Sage, the Viper molly has the same trajectory. And so in 2020, I made this. I remember doing the default first because we faked long first 2 rounds. Because in my old team, we didn't have an IGL. So I planned out the first 5-4 rounds. So our game plan was first 2 rounds, we go over towards long, we throw the Sage slow from long, and then our bonus round, we throw the Sage slow from A, and then just rush up over towards B, wait for them to smoke, bust through the smoke. Yeah. So, because Sage was super viable back then, it was broken. So I remember 2 years later, this molly comes in, and I go, oh, that's my lineup. Yinsu's in chat, furious. He's like, Boas has been on a server for 2 hours. He's found the lineup. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, this is mine from 2 years ago.
Look, so, I think in life and notoriously through history, right? 2 things can coexist at the same time.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Like that was Schrodinger's whole thing, right? 2 states of matter can exist at the exact same time. So
to be fair, he was the first to do it on Viper. So that the statement is true.
See, Sue, you're fine. Boast is vindicated. He did it on Viper. But
trust me, I remember sitting on a server with Trav because it took a long time to get him to get it right, man. Like, trust me, I know we did it on Sage.
Oh, that is so. I like that you knew right away too.
I do it every time, man. Every time Yusu's in chat, she likes to bring it up, bro. Got to defend the boyfriend.
It's funny though. It's funny though. Is because Sue's also such a shit disturber as well too. No matter where she is, she just wants to create arguments no matter what.
Dude, she loves it. She's a cool bringer of chaos.
It's so funny. It's her, and then also whenever when Minnie will pop in, and he'll just be supremely inflammatory. But I was thinking, if you want to drop somebody, you could just drop Forsaken, like Saito said. Yeah, just the best take.
It's one of the best take of the year. Just drop Forsaken.
Just drop Forsaken. He's clearly not that good. He's not going to win MVP. What is he?
Jesus, man. Some of PlatChat is crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. Do you remember some of the absolute, just most horrendous takes you've heard? You gotta just sit there like, what the fuck are we on about? What are we doing?
Yeah, dude. Today? Normally you'll see I just like silently just like put my hand in front of my mouth, just like, don't talk, man. Don't talk. let him speak, man. Let him speak. You gotta learn to speak, especially when like Bren and Shio are going. Dude, those two go on some of the funniest rants, and you just like, you gotta let them be. This is what I'm saying. 1 in 5, dude. Spank theory turned out to be true, so it's like, well, you gotta give it to him, and I can't go in too much.
Yeah, I still remember because like when Spank theory became real.
For God's sake, man. When they won that game, I was like, please no, bro. Please no.
And the next week you had to come and answer for your sins. Dude,
so dumb.
It's so funny. You are right though. Just a 1 in 5 chance, because I remember Kurt gave Shire 30 seconds to be like, all right, say which one. All of you thought it was ridiculous. And then here we are again. Like, do you remember other takes like that, which perhaps Brennan said over time? Because I remember one of them was the whole Aspas is a beta.
Oh yeah, the Aspas beta one was pretty bad. Yeah, there's definitely a period where people were calling out Potter as well, like before she won a champs. That was pretty big. There's been a lot, man, for sure. Crew not going on a run was still like my favorite, man. Crew not going on the run and then last chance qualifier. I missed that tourney so bad, man. Last chance qualifier was like the best format ever.
Dude, Leo Foria, look, I know you don't watch this podcast. Please bring back LCQ. Please, please.
It's my sec out of the obviously Masters and Champs, my
Mhm.
favorites. LCQ, I'd kind of put it up there with the Masters, man. I really do. I really like it, bro. It gives all of the teams something to look forward to at the end. There's
Mhm.
still a chance for you. We get crazy runs. It's so hype. The good teams then have a lot of time to chill out so they can have their best stuff for champs. It's so good, bro. It's so good. Then you come into champs and you got like these teams that have grinded their way to be there. And I just can't. There's too many benefits of having LCQ to not bring it back.
Yeah.
It really is.
Because the last LCQ was, I think, was it 2022? Was it like back when they had it in back in LA, I think, as well. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on like the triple limit at the moment? Because I kind of not that we haven't got too far into it at the moment, but I'm not the biggest fan of the stage 1, stage 2. I get that they're trying to be like this is whatever team in this region they should play each other, but these shorter tournaments like kickoff style, I don't mind them that much. I really don't.
It's interesting, which, by the way, this is the first time anybody's ever asked me a question of them.
I do. How rude of them, though. Crazy behavior.
I appreciate it. No, thank you, Sliggy. No, my thoughts are simple because I come from League of Legends, right? That's where I got a majority of my career, my casting, and my chops. I learned a lot in League. So I'm still very used to this kind of stage 1, stage 2 system, MSI in the middle, right? And I always thought it was kind of shit between stage 1 and 2 because I feel like having one consistent season and then like leading up to matches, I guess it makes sense. But that aside, having triple limb, I think is fantastic. The only downside, once again, is that there's not enough space in between. They've considerably shortened the amount that you have in between tournaments, which I remember that was the biggest positive of last year. Yeah, I'm always down to see more games of different formats be tested, because especially with the tournament like kickoff, right? It gives teams to pretty much become whole, or allows crew to play a game together, which is tough on its own. But I don't mind this necessarily because I want to see what else this like Valorant can become outside of the standardization that we have. And especially I find as a viewer, it's the same thing year after year. I find can get a bit stale. And I know that was the biggest feedback I've received from different viewers, where it's like, they want a reason to watch again. Right. And if it's the same thing each time, right, it was cool. Like I remember for example, people crave lock-in. People want lock-in again.
Dude, that was fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Expensive for them, I imagine. But
very expensive having all these teams. Yeah. But it's just a different way to get introduced to the teams and like be able to kind of qualify to a tournament that has more teams again, like say almost same team as champs, right? So I don't mind this, especially with 3 teams qualifying. It's cool. There's not like this big gap again. But I know you talked a bit about it. Give me your high level thoughts.
I think because obviously I would change everything in the schedule to bring back LCQ. So I kind of think that the kickoff format works pretty well at the moment. Dude, we're like 6 games in. I'm really jumping the gun on this one, but like the more I think about it, I'm like, it's shorter. You can have more time in. They can squeeze EWC in because they want to do that stuff. Yeah. And then at the same time, like you could have the LCQ, and then the tier 2 teams could potentially get involved in the LCQ as well, and then you got like your whole system going up, and it kind of works better than putting them in playoffs. And then teams aren't done really on like at the beginning of the year. They probably get like an extra 2 months of belief. Even if they are shit, 2 months of belief is cool, man. Like just see what crew did. Everyone's going to have that belief that it's possible. That's awesome. Yeah. So that's what I would do. I think this but they do experiment. Like you're right. They do experiment. They bring some cool stuff. I just think that stage 1, stage 2, it gets a little stale. It's just like, well, every game's just for like 1 or 2 points. Like it needs to, like I like the going down tier stuff, elimination style.
And because of that format, we get things like 2G versus Furia last year, which this game, like just the absolute fucking toilet bowl. And we might have more toilet bowl series because of formats like this, which kind of sucks. I know it kind of sucks for you, especially when you have to watch these. Yeah,
for sure.
These horrendous games.
They could squeeze another Masters in if they did like this kickoff format, I reckon, instead of the stages. Like you could have 3 in a year. Could be pretty cool with an LCQ and then a champs.
Look, my personal take is, I think you make it one long season. You have 1 international LCQ champs. because then that way teams can continue to work throughout the entire year. There are not these consistent 1 month breaks. You can fit another term if you want to, but like I feel like just one long season, like the absolute best, the best come out, teams develop, and like there don't have to be these consistent breaks in between. But I'm just a fan of just longer circuits, because then it's consistent, there's more, and it's better throughout the time. That's my thought. Sure. Yeah. But to go back to you though, which that was that was fun. Like let's say your contract ends today. Are you going, especially because of what you have with Mini? Are you gonna go see DFM then? Just to piss him off.
How about some teams?
Yeah,
dude. So I mean, I've had teams approach me and ask to do similar to what Mini's doing, like advisor stuff.
Yeah.
It's in my contract that I can't.
Yeah, I know.
And honestly, with Liquid, I wouldn't feel right doing it anyway. Like being with them and helping out another team just feels that just feels really weird. The advisor stuff, yeah. I mean, if I'm getting like a similar deal to Mini, I don't know how much he's spoken about it, but it's like a couple of hours per week. You overview everything, and then you kind of just write notes and give it to them. Like if it's that's a pretty sweet deal. Like I get why he's doing it. Going straight to DFM right now to beat Mini, yeah, that would be very appealing. Like that would be very, very appealing. I'll be like, dude, I'll throw you an extra hour in there. It's fine for free.
Exactly.
Let's just make sure we finish higher than him.
Yeah, let's make sure that Mei is the greatest player in Japanese Valorant, and then exactly. And then run it up, dude. Yeah, just to spite Mini, because look, I bet there's probably like a part of you at the end, like especially when Mini was like had that golden year of his, where you were like, oh, I could fucking beat the shit out of this guy, bro. There's no way they would have won all three if I was there, man.
Dude, I think me and Mini would work well, but again, it couldn't work with Boaster, because again, he covers most of what I think I'm good at. But I think me and Mini, if we actually like teamed up together, it would work pretty well, I would imagine. Yeah, I would have to accept that he's head coach, and then just focus on game stuff, and then he can deal with all the players and all that stuff, man.
You're gonna be there at the corner, at the side, dude.
Yeah, man. Dealing with the players is rough, bro. It's loads of kids that haven't had real jobs. Oh boy,
bro, you have to be a therapist to these people, like so often, dude, deal with problems.
I was a babysitter. Yeah, I was a babysitter.
Okay, so then, when you were a babysitter, who was the biggest baby you had to babysit?
Oh, bro, that's a hard one, man. There's definitely three up there. There's definitely three up there, and Yampi's also in there. But Yampi was like, at least Yampi like learned pretty fast. Bro, I can't name names, man. We can't name names. I can't name names, but it's not Yampi, so there's four more there.
It's Yampi. It's Scream, isn't it? I know it's Scream. It's
Dude, the problem was none of them had like real jobs, to be honest. Dude, I can't express how much I think that's so important. Like when you're young, like anywhere between the age of, dude, even like having a paper round when you're super young, like just delivering newspapers and stuff, you got to do a job that you hate, man. There's no more motivation than doing a job that you hate in your life. I'm telling you, that's like one of my biggest pushes. Like I'd just be like, I don't want to do one of those jobs that I don't like. Like I feel so blessed to be able to have this. Of course I'm going to work as hard as I can. I feel incredibly lucky to have this. I don't want to do a job that I don't like, that I don't like. I just recommend everyone should try and do one as early as possible, because I think that motivation you get is just so sick.
Oh, bro, I know. Just like when you would like, there's the many jobs I've had through my time, and I've had a lot of shit jobs, like working since I was 14 years old, and just there's a lot of days where I wake up at 6 a.m. for my stupid morning shift, and I'm like, dude, if I died on the way to work, I would not be mad.
Dude, it is though, yeah. But even if you have like a job that you hate less, like slightly after, you're still like, oh, it's not as bad as that one. Yeah. So like, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and you actually learn to appreciate like the small things. You're like, oh, like I actually have a 30-minute lunch this time. That's not bad.
Yeah. Dude, I get a lunch break. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's cool.
It's so sick. I have coworkers I don't hate, man. It's so nice, bro.
Yeah.
Speaking of coworkers that you currently have, though, is like going back a bit. I thought it was funny because I did want to bring this up earlier. Is that I know you don't break often, but the few times I've seen you break, you've turned as red as a tomato. Specifically when we brought up Coughing Baby, like, which was,
dude, that was good, man.
It's such a good little bit as well, because like, and I find it so rare, like, to just kind of like see you just like kind of come out of your shell like that. Because like you mentioned, you're just so desensitized. But
For sure, yeah.
some things just kind of catch you, which I like. And what I want to see more of is you in more of your natural element. Because people crave a horseback riding stream, Sliggy. People want to see you on your horse, man.
Bruh, do you know the crazy thing is I'm allergic to horses, and we didn't find out until like last year. So we have a horse. Basically, my girlfriend's aunt gave her a horse, which sounds crazy. She like tames Icelandic horses and then sells them in America. They're like pretty sought after apparently.
Yeah.
So then she's like, "Here's a gift. Here's a horse," and I'm just like, Jesus, I've heard they're pretty expensive. Second of all, pretty scared of them. Like they can one tap you with a kick. So you got like those two next to each other. I'm like, oh boy, dude, it's such a nice horse, super nice. But then I go visit him, and my eyes are puffing up, like I'm going red, like I'm really allergic to him. So I would have to get some kind of injection if I'm gonna ride the horse.
I think you gotta do it, man. Because look, in the off season, we don't see you outside of your like specific like 2x4 box, or except when you're visiting your family, we see a different box.
yeah, I see a slightly different box. Yeah, well, maybe at Masters. Maybe at Masters, you'll see a different box.
Right, please.
Unless you're at the event. Yeah.
I actually don't know who your influence manager is, but I know I met them at Champs. Please, let's get them. Let's get him out there, please.
Yeah, he's been pushing for it a fair amount, even for other events. So I believe in him for this one.
Okay, it has to happen. On some fun stuff though. When was the last time you played League?
Last time I played League, are we talking TFT or are we talking League?
We're talking League of Legends. It could be an ARAM because I know you used to be
an ARAM.
You could be. I know you were in Italy main back in the day. I remember that.
Yeah. I would say that I played League. If I've played, again, I don't know how many games I've played, but let's say I've played like 2,000 games of League. I would say 1,800 of them will be on Nidalee. Like I'm a real hard main, bro. It's like, it's League of Nidalee, man. That's the whole game. So it's a lot of fun. And then Blitzcrank if Nidalee gets banned and you just play support. They're like that. That's how I have the most fun in that game for sure. When was the last time I played? Like I would have played Arena sometime last year. Yeah. Just lock in Nidalee, bro.
Okay, so then, all right. So then, when did we see you on a League stream, bro? Please, let's have you play League again, man. Load up jungle, man. Come on, let's do this.
Dude, every time I load it up, jungle's changed somehow. I have no idea what I'm doing.
No, they made it so simple, bro. Trust me, man. It's fine. Our child could do this. I promise.
Bro, do you know what I miss? Prime League for me was when Nidalee couldn't play jungle. It was like a mid laner. And it didn't have all like the stuff where you could jump onto the creeps, but I played it jungle. It was so strong. And then they made it. They were like, oh, you can play it jungle now. And I'm like, okay, a little bit weaker, man. I was like, they killed the game for me, bro. They killed the game for me.
But here's the thing. Now they've actually made it so that she does like as much like as strong as she can be with. She was mid to actually, farm jungle. Farming jungle is not real easy, and all you gotta do is land a skill shot. I know you're good at landing skill shots, right? So it's fine, dude.
Dude, I'll land a spear. Don't worry about that. I'll go for the hours, man. I'll hit the spear.
Yeah, you land a spear, or you go ahead and land a hook. It's so funny that both champs are like just long range, precise.
Just one. Yeah, give me one skill shot.
Yeah, that's all you want. Okay, all right.
Dude, the problem with League is when you get too involved and you care too much about your rank. When the game stops becoming fun, you care about your rank, man. You gotta stop. You gotta stop playing.
Oh well. Guess what? It's doable, right? It's look. You have an incredible amount of self control. To be fit, you have to have that. So
yeah,
I think you could do it. I think you could stop, right? So perhaps like, and even still, let's say you're watching like a Furia play. Well, I guess Furia this season aren't too bad, but like let's say you're watching just some absolute shitters play. Load up a TFT on the side.
Just load up a TFT on the side, just mini stream.
Yeah. Split screen it so that way people understand that you're not down.
I do. I've probably been worse at this like more recently because some games are like relatively like if they're bad, but I do try and give every game like the kind of respect that it should do. Like everyone's putting in the time, and I think that's why like I get like the whole boring thing because like in my opinion they're like the entertainment, and then I'm just saying what I see. So I don't want to like add too much onto that and stuff. That's why I like PlatChat. I get to show a bit of like personality, I would say. But yeah, man, even with the bad games, I still like to try and apart from maybe some of the China games if it's really bad. Try and stick with the positives and like just give it the respect that it deserves. Because again, I know what it's like to just spend that long in the kind of caves, man, just grinding. So yeah, I wanna give her respect.
I mean, it makes sense, yeah. And especially with just how much teams are grinding. Like, let's go talk a bit about what we have this season. I know you've only seen NA so far, right? Which teams have completely taken you by storm, captured your heart? Which teams are worse than you imagined?
Okay, the real early reactions.
Yeah.
EG are worse than I thought.
Tough.
For sure.
Yeah.
That bind defense is criminal, man. I've not seen a macro defense as bad as this for a couple of years. And I know it's very early, but holy, I want to say they had no prac. I'm really hoping for them they had no prac on their bind defense, because my goodness, to play weak site with the Yoru that's then going to TP over, so then the Yoru TPs when the site's getting hit, so it's then a 4-1, and then your one player is just on his own Superman. That was crazy bad. So EG, that was really rough from what I was watching. In terms of better, 100 Thieves probably, 100 Thieves. Yeah. I would say their bind looked really good. I think their bind looks really good. Like if I'm G2, I ain't picking that. Yeah. I'm banning that map.
You're telling me 100 Thieves look good on bind and the sky is blue? Shock, dude. Wow.
Yeah, dude, who would have thought that one map that they've pretty much always been unbelievable at this? Yeah. They're unbelievable at it. So that was impressive to watch. And then MIBR probably clicked a little better than I thought they would instantly.
Yeah, Tex was not as much of a detriment as I thought it would be, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Bro, he's an aimer, man. You got to give it to Tex, bro. He's an aimer, dude. I liked his interview at the end. You see his interview where he's just saying that sounds like he understands his role as being the rock. He doesn't have to do anything crazy, and then if he needs to, he can. And then I like the fact of him basically just being like, dude, this is my best shot in the game. Like, I've got the best players either side of me. So I really liked his interview, man. I thought I hope he means it, but he said like all the stuff you want to hear, like as like a coach if you were on his team. So, man, yeah, I think my belief in MIBL is going up. I kind of thought they might explode a little bit, but the vibes seem good. Seems like Zekken kind of brings a little bit of the vibes as well. So, exciting team, man.
I agree. I'm excited to see a lot more of them. And I want to just have them like be the team that we all herald them to be. And, not whatever happened on Corrode. That was funny to watch, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, holy.
Yeah, that was fun to see as well, too. Okay, curious about your end, though. Would you rather coach a super team, kind of like your MIBRs or your Vitalities, or a mid-range one, like your 100 Thieves, or maybe the Furious?
Super team. I'm only doing it to win, man. Like, the only reason I come back to coaching is to win. I'm not doing it for, like, a mid-team.
Damn. Okay. All right. Fine. Fair enough. You want the ego. So you're saying that you want Vitality right now, which, by the way, we haven't seen Vitality yet. I hope they're good.
Pretty fun, yeah.
Good. It sucks that they have to play with a Sayonara, but I mean, I imagine when they do, that would be in.
I think even with VAL, like, they should be pretty good, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because you can't exactly count out Kron and Durka, right? It's just like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. On your opinion, what do you think VCT teams right now are still lacking in terms of understanding? Or do you think, or what inversely, do you think they have a complete great grasp of?
I would say a lot of teams are still lacking like macro stuff. I would say teams like micro stuff, probably the stuff that I think I'm like probably pretty good at as well, is pretty good across the board for most teams, like little set plays.
Yeah.
Spacing is getting a lot better, like people spacing on attacks getting really good. People aren't over peaking as much as they're waiting for people and then double swinging. But still overall, like defense macro, man, Mini must be laughing so much. I don't like macro that much. Like I'm fine with it. I think I'm up there. Mini's like the one who like loves the macro stuff. Bro, he must be looking at some of these games cracking up, man, because people just don't use their agents well or right, especially Yoru based. Like Yoru macro makes a lot of, like, it's like a lot of people still use it like a jet, or like they're not using their TP right. Maybe sometimes people would say similar to like the Vito. So a lot of it's a lot of defense macro I look at, and I'm just like, oh man, if this was a mini stream, he's flaming the hell out of this team. Whereas I'll probably just try to stay a little quiet about it, unless it's like really bad, like EG, and it's like 5 rounds in a row kind of vibe.
Yeah, EG was a rough watch for sure. That was tough on its own. It is always funny to watch a mini stream, but just have him just like and just laugh at some of the and just laugh at them and fall back, be like, what are these guys doing? Like it's
Nah, dude, it is those, man. It gave me a little bit of the 2024 NRG. It gave me a little bit of that of just like, oh, I don't want to watch this for a whole year. But to be fair, the other like it was only one half, and it's because it ended on that half. I think that's why it's like really stuck in my head as well. Because the other maps weren't that bad.
yeah. Things they get better. Okay. Also, question from the outside as well too, which you can try to guess who this is from if you want. If everyone on PlatChat was a SpongeBob character, who would be whom?
Who's asking this, bro? It has to be someone. Is it like that's a Shio question? Maybe?
That is a Shio question.
Damn, dude. I'm not the most up to date on SpongeBob, man. I used to watch when I was super young.
As if there's like new characters introduced.
Dude, meta. I can't even remember any of them. Who would actually be SpongeBob himself?
Well, there's SpongeBob, maybe. Patrick, and Squidward. So that's the main three.
Yeah, they're the main three.
Yeah, Mr.
I mean,
Krabs.
Patrick would be Shia.
Why is Patrick Shia?
I mean, that's pretty fitting, man. That for me is pretty fitting. I'm just trying to work out who SpongeBob would be.
I don't know.
Maybe Sideshow, man.
Yeah, Sideshow, SpongeBob.
Dude, I'm not super clued up with SpongeBob, okay. Man.
That's fine.
I binged it for like a week in America like years ago, man. But that's about all I got.
Binge SpongeBob. Okay.
No, dude, I definitely binged a little bit of SpongeBob, man. I was young, and it was like my first time discovering SpongeBob. Yeah. I was just like, damn, this is crazy. It was a good week, man. It was a good week.
I think Chris sounds like a good time. I think personally, you'd be a Squidward type. It's my personal thought.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
Yeah, I think you go to fit well with that. But it's you also wanted to ask as well too. What's one thing you would add to the broadcast that for people watching for the games?
Ooh, on the HUD?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a bit of like you know how the boom bot you know how like you see a prowler going like through the minimap? Maybe something like that. Like more interactive minimap would be really good for sure. Like I do think the minimap could show some more abilities like that.
Yeah.
But other than the HUD, they kind of got the HUD down to a pretty good level. It took them a while, to be fair. It did take them a while. But I think that's like one of the better ones. Yeah, off the top of my head, dude, if you gave me some time, I could probably come up with something pretty good. But...
I'm sure you could. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. All right. So then this might be another on the spot question for you then. If you want to introduce someone to Valorant, top first game you show them to ensure that they fall in love with the game.
First game. Are we talking map or game?
You know, game, map. If you want to be specific too, you could, by all means, yeah.
I think, okay, so I would go, because everyone's attention span isn't like too big, I would probably go for Icebox, just one map. Just give him the brief of the other best of 5, like the other 4 maps. Loud against Fnatic, lock in, final. I think that's a good one, man, because everyone likes a comeback. Everyone likes a comeback, and I think because, dude, I couldn't do the whole 5 hours. You wouldn't be able to do the whole 5 hours. If they're new to it, you're probably going for 40 minutes, 45 minutes. That would be a good one, man. I think it's a crazy comeback where it's just like, surely you can't be doing this. And there were some sick rounds in there that you're just like, no way, man.
There were. I was thinking maybe like, was it? I was personally biased towards, was it I think Fnatic EG Tokyo. Yeah, like that. Those maps are super fun to watch, but But there's a lot of like really good maps. Maybe you could show them like Bangkok and just show it. Now, how many times does G2 not win this game, you think?
You could do that for a few.
Yeah. It was be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's I think I also got introduced this earlier, right? You're so middle of the pack when it comes to a lot of your opinions in real life. You like normal things. You don't like normal things, right? You like pizza and burgers. You don't like Vegemite and, like anchovies, right?
Yeah, man.
It's normal. It makes sense. Yeah. Okay. It's just, do you eat for just sustenance or do you actually enjoy food?
I'm a bit above, I would say. But definitely leaning for the substance, because if you gave me like a pill that just gave me like all the nutrients and stuff and I felt full after it, I would just take it, like honestly. But I would do it probably like 5 days out of the week, and then maybe just have like a nice 2 days of like proper meal.
Okay.
But a lot of the time, I'm just like, it's don't care enough, man. People put too much thought into food. I like my chat love food, bro. Like half my questions are about food, and I just couldn't care. I couldn't care less.
I don't think they love food. They just want to know what you like. Like that's the big thing. Man. Yeah, they want to understand because look, the things you say are confusing. It's like they don't make sense. Like you're not.
What do you mean, man?
Like, cause like, you just say shit like like for example, like if I could have a pill for nutrition for most of the days, I would. I don't care enough. That's weird. Most people aren't like that, right?
No, but that's min-maxing life. Imagine the amount of time you'd save.
To do what? What else do you have to do if VCT isn't on?
Dude, that's a gym session right there. You can go to the gym with that instead of cooking a meal, sitting down, eating a meal. On the way to the gym, you take a pill. Done.
Okay.
I've eaten.
Sure. Let's say it's off season. You take a pill, you go to the gym. That's maybe 2 hours of your day. What about the rest of your day?
Then you can play some games, man. then you can play some TFT. You can play a little bit of Face It, maybe. If you're weird, you could solo queue and hate everyone that you're playing with.
I don't know, man. I feel like that gets boring. I know you love consistency, but I feel like for me, I'd be like, man, it's get to a point of mundaneness that I'm like, I would go insane. But
but you got to think, man. It's like 8 to 9 months of just solid watch parties. When you get those 2 months to play some games, you're ready to binge, bro.
See,
you're ready to binge.
Okay, I get you. That makes sense because you work hard, you play hard, and you do a lot, right? And as a kind of follow note about a lot of this stuff is that you work so hard, right? And you've done so much, right? As we kind of stand here today, speak to me about the importance of balance in your life and why you kind of value so much of what you do.
Sure. I think, the balance is important. I definitely, the main reason that I work so hard is just because I feel lucky to be able to do this as a job. I feel like the two things at the moment, especially with streaming, that feel crazy is Prime sub feels mental. The people who are paying for someone else can then give me money. That feels crazy. And the fact that Riot give me watch party rights to watch something that I would want to watch and then stream on top of it without me paying, that feels mental as well. It's like if for people who wanted to watch football and do the stream there, like people would jump at that. So I think with those two things together, I'm like, that is a perfect world situation. And then at the same time, love doing it, love the game, and it puts a lot of my old jobs into one. Like observing, I'm looking at the minimap loads, coaching, playing. Like I think it's such a perfect role for me with everything else working that I just need to put as much time into it because I'm not sure it will be around forever. The game might die. They might take away watch party rights. Twitch Prime might end, which means I would probably need to do more YouTube videos, I guess, if I wanted to actually like sustain an income for it. So that's like one of my main drives of just like, this won't be around forever. I've got it great right now. Why would I not put 110% in? This is like the best I've felt about a job ever. So that's like my main thing. In terms of balance, don't know, man. It doesn't feel like work, so it doesn't feel like I'm balancing too much. Main thing is like my relationship. My girlfriend's like very understanding of everything I do. It's very, very supportive. So it's like it's a nice balance that I get to spend the time outside of the game with her a lot. That's like a good rejuvenation for me. And she's just super understanding that I work it all, and then just try and gym as much as I can. I don't get to go as much as I can just because I sit down for so long, dude. So I got to counteract that as well. Like I've discovered some kind of like a couple of exercises that really help, man. Ever since Liquid, and shout out to Liquid on this one, they bought a physiotherapy guy for me because I have a dislocated tendon, so I can actually play games. Like I can play longer for 30 seconds, like 30 minutes of a game without it being painful. So I was going to get surgery. They paid for physiotherapy. This guy is great. He's called Matthew, 1 HP, part of the 1 HP crew. He's really good. And then so he fixed my hand. I can now play for like ages just by doing physiotherapy. So then I'm like, well, I'm sitting for so long, my lower back hurts. There must be other stuff to do that. And then I've just started doing like back extension stuff. You know, the guy with the lean over, that guy's a saint, bro. That's like the best exercise ever. I've got no lower back pain now. And then I try and walk as much as possible. I guess that's like my balance of trying to counteract all the bad stuff that I do.
I'm surprised you don't have a standing desk and like do the whole walking pad strat when you're walking.
Dude, I got a walking pad. I do it with TFT. It's loud, bro. We don't have like the best selection of walking pads in Iceland. They're all so loud. So I, like when the mic's on, it's just like I'm like, oh man, I can't be doing that. But I have got a reward for the chatters now in Twitch. They can pay like points to make me stand up for a map, just so that I'm moving around a bit more, because I need to do it. And sometimes I just get lazy, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just lazy.
I got you, bro. It's tough, man, because you just do so much for so many, and I'm glad you can game again, especially because that's why we got a fucking clip of you dinking Pansy and just making your crash out, bro.
That clip's good, man. We should do more like group game stuff, man. That was pretty fun, bro.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Actually, I just remember this. The complete side note, I'll end it off here. Do you have a favorite caster?
Do I have a favorite caster? My favorite casting duo was DDK and Sean. That was like perfection to me, because Sean goes so deep into it. My favorite duo at the moment is probably Sideshow and Bren. I think that Sideshow especially has put so much work into like knowledging up in the game that I think he's really good. But yeah, big shout out to, honestly, I think Achilles and Pansy are just super talented though as well. So it's pretty hard, man. I think we're kind of blessed with some really good people.
I agree.
Yeah, Achilles is like the most underrated guy, man, for sure. Dude,
Achilles is a fantastic caster. His energy just and consistency is just so good, man. Like, especially because like I grew up watching like Overwatch and like also like League, so like I remember him in Overwatch as well too. So he was like super good back then as well. And I was because my favorite caster is Machine, and I've tried to convince Pansy to bring Machine over, if he would, but he has a good up there, and we have a good right here. Sliggy, I want to thank you again for joining me.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
This was wonderful, insightful, and a ton of fun. I hope you had fun. If not, you can flame me on stream, but you probably won't. So it's fine.
Okay, yeah. Don't watch tonight. Don't watch tonight.
No. Thank you so much. You take care. I'll catch you soon, man. Thank you all for watching as well, too. Y'all take care. Peace.